Hello, welcome to this week's Holy Yoga Chair Practice. My name is Barb Tucker. I'm a member of the Colts Reformed Church in Colts Neck, New Jersey. I invite you to grab your favorite chair that doesn't have arms and join me in your beautiful mountain seat. So take your back away from the back of your chair. Walk your hips up to the top of your chair. Firmly root your feet to the floor, digging in with your big toe and your pinky toe, the inside of your heel and the outside of your heel. Having your knees over your ankles and your shoulders over your hips, ears over your shoulders. I invite you to close your eyes. Clear your head. Focus inward, focus in on your breath. Notice if it's shallow, fast, or slow. If you're breathing only from your lungs, I invite you to take your breath from your belly, enjoying the traveling of your breath up through your spine, through your mouth, through your nose, up through the crown of your head, lengthening your body, creating space. Having your teeth apart but your lips together, soften your eyes, and just enjoy your breath. Again, focusing inward. And just keeping your eyes closed. Today I'm going to talk about the seasons. As we're coming into our fall season, such a great season. It's a dramatic season with the changing of the leaves, the dropping of the temperatures, the changing of our activities. And I took this from Holy Yoga has a Holy Yoga encounter that they send us once a month with meditation ideas, questions, Bible verses, yoga flows, things like that. So I'm going to share from October's Holy Yoga encounter. And they use the verse, which of course we know so well from seasons. There's a time for this and a time for that. And it lists maybe 10 of them. So I'd like to first start with verse 3, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. And the author says, "There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens." So just take a moment and breathe that in. This notion of time and of seasons. And my intention was just to read that one verse, but I read all the verses in chapter 3. And I was stopped short at verse 5. Because this is the season we're living in now. As fall is such a dramatic season, this pandemic has been such a dramatic season in our lives. Upheaval and change and bursting with lost opportunity, bursting with new opportunities. It's been hard, but there's been blessings in it also. So I just ask you to take time to find the blessings. But listen what it says way long ago in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 5. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. So just take a moment and breathe that in. Remembering the embrace of a loved one. And exhale that time now that we feel where we must refrain from embracing. And it's not in our norm. God's asking us to react differently to situations, to behave differently, to alter our patterns. But ultimately, He's calling us to Him. I'm going to take a quote from the Holy Yoga encounter today, from this month. Take a moment, pick out a word, stitch it in your heart. God designed seasons with great attention to His purpose and our path. He wastes nothing and uses everything. Breathe in that word with your biggest inhale of your day. Hold it for a moment, capture it, and exhale. Inhale the word. Hold it at the top and exhale. Recentering yourself, opening your eyes, coming back to your beautiful mountain seat in case you've relaxed a little bit. Root down, rise up high, lengthening your spine. Having your hands to your side. Inhale, rise up, gazing towards your fingertips. Exhale, palms away, chin to chest. Inhale, rise up high. Exhale, chin to chest. One more time, inhale, rise up, root down, lengthening your spine, gazing up to the tips of your fingers. Exhale, chin to chest. Placing your fingertips in a tented position on top of your thighs, and just walking your fingers over your knees, down your shins, rounding your back, chin to chest, and walking them back up, lengthening your spine, opening up your heart, gazing towards the ceiling. And again, walking your fingers down, and coming up. And one more time, walking down. And one more time, walking up. Hands to your side, rising up high. Exhale, palms out, having your arms out like wings. You're going to have your chin going to your shoulder, and as you do that, making a fist with your right hand and bringing your knuckles to the floor and releasing. Traveling across your heart, chin to your left shoulder, left palm, left hand in a fist, knuckles to the floor and up, releasing your fingers. Coming to the other side, making a fist, bringing your knuckles down, coming up, releasing your fingers, and over to the other side. I might just go like this just so you can see. I'm just going like this. And I'll come over here. I'm bringing it down. Inhale, rising up high. Exhale, palms to the floor, coming towards me, resting on your legs. Let's round our shoulders back. Again, chin to chest. Noticing your breath as you move. Have a breath, an inhale. Exhale, bringing your shoulders, rounding them forward. And coming to neutral. Having your arms out like wings, palms towards me. Root down, rise up. With a big inhale and exhale, crossing one arm over the other. And let this time to be a time to embrace. Giving yourself a hug, maybe walking your fingers behind your shoulders. Exhale, arms out like wings. Inhale, rise up high. Crossing the other arm on top and giving yourself an embrace. If you can, walking your hands behind you, making it a little bit tighter. Bending towards the right. Coming up tall, bending to the left. Coming up tall. Releasing your hands to your side. Bringing your heels up and your toes up. Wiggle your toes. And your heels and your toes. And your heels up and your toes. Putting your hands on your hips, rise up high and circle around. And going the opposite way. Hands to your side. Recentering yourself, bringing your back away from the back of your chair. Walking up to the top. You look beautiful. Nicely done. Rise up high. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Having your belly rest on your thighs. Inhale slightly, bringing your hands to your shins, taking your belly off your thighs. Exhale back to the floor. Inhale, rise up high. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Back to the floor. Inhale, rise up high. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway. Exhale down. Taking, as you're still down there, interlacing your hands, grabbing onto that right knee, bringing that knee up to your chest, root down with that left sole of your foot, lengthen your back. Let's circle our ankle around. And the opposite way. Flex your foot, point your toe. And releasing. Hands to your side. Inhale, rising up high. Exhale, forward fold, leading with your heart. Halfway lift. Back to the floor, interlacing your hands, grabbing onto that left knee, bringing it up tall, hugging it to your chest, and circling around. And going the opposite way. Pointing your toe, flexing your foot. And releasing. Hands to your side. Inhale, rise up high. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Back to the floor. Grabbing onto that right leg, bringing it up, bringing your nose or your forehead to your knee. And release, holding on, pushing your knee away from you. And then bringing your knee into your face. And pushing your knee towards me. Coming in and embracing your knee to your head. And coming out. And releasing. Inhale, rising up high. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway. Back to the floor. Grabbing onto that left knee. Embracing your knee. Bringing it to your chest. Bringing your knee, your head, your forehead to your knee. And releasing your knee out towards me. And bringing it into yourself. Lengthening your leg. Lengthening your arms, bringing your knee towards me. Bringing your knee to your forehead. One more time, coming out towards me. Bringing it into your forehead. And releasing. Inhale, rising up high. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Back to the floor. Hands on your knee. On your knees and rise up high. Heel-toeing your feet out. Hands to your side, coming up tall. Bringing your fingertips to your shoulders. Rise up high. We're going to twist to the right and hinge over that right knee. Rising up tall, coming to center. Inhale, rising up high. Twisting over to the left and hinging towards that left knee. And coming up tall and coming to center. Inhale, rise up high. I'm going to bend over to the right. If you can, gazing at that left elbow. Coming up tall, bending to the left, gazing up to that right elbow. Coming up tall, back to our twists. Inhale, rising up high. Twisting to the right and hinging. Coming up tall, coming to center. Inhale, rising up high. Twisting to the left, leading with your heart, hinging over that left knee, keeping your neck long. Coming up tall, coming to center. Rise up high, bending to the right, and bending to the left. Bending to the right. Rise up tall and go to the right. Lengthen, coming up high and going to the left. And coming to center. Hands on your knees and coming together. Lengthening both feet, pointing your toes, flexing your feet. I apologize if the bottom of my soles are dirty. I did outside yoga today at the church, so my feet were on the dirt. It was wonderful. Beautiful weather. Keeping our feet flexed, big toes together, lengthening up high, rising up tall, leading with our heart, keeping our neck long, gazing at our toes, just going as far as you can, whatever feels good. Always taking a pause if you're ever in pain. Reaching your toes towards your knees. Root down, rise up. Bending that left leg, interlacing your hands onto that left knee, rise up high. And hinging forward. Again, bringing those toes towards your knee. And coming up high. And switching legs. Switching feet. Rising up high and hinging forward. Rising up high and hinging forward. Inhale, hands to your side. Inhale, rising up high. Coming to prayer, coming to heart center. Inhale, rise up high. We're going to just twist to the right, keeping your hips towards me, just moving the arms and the shoulders. Take a moment to root down, rise up, lengthening your spine just a smidgen more. And maybe you can twist your elbows, getting that back elbow towards the back wall a little bit closer. Coming to center. Inhale, rise up high. And twisting to the left. Keeping your hips and your knees towards me. Rise up, lengthen the spine, and seeing if you can get that back elbow closer to the back wall. The little twist. Coming back to center. In prayer, noticing your fingertips together. Noticing your palms. Inhale, rise up high. Exhale, palms to your side. We're going to come to some standing postures today. So getting yourself safely out of your seat, coming to the back of your chair. Just make sure you can see me. Okay. Coming to mountain. I'm going to move the chair away, but always have the chair in front of you. You have different stages of balance here. With both feet on the floor, it's you if you want to take your hands off the chair, but always using that chair for balance. If you can, close your eyes. Again, holding onto the chair as needed. Having your lips together and your teeth apart. Soften your face. Bringing your belly button to your spinal cord. And if you root down, feeling your feet on the floor, lengthening up tall. Taking a deep inhale, rising up high. Holding it for a moment, and exhale. Opening your eyes. And bring your chair in front of me just so you understand what I'm doing. Holding on with your right arm, just bringing your left arm up and bending over. Root down with that left foot. Maybe bending that elbow, having your palm towards me. And taking that bent elbow behind you to open up your heart. And coming up tall. Holding on with your left hand, bringing your right arm to your side. Bringing that arm over, creating space in that beautiful right side of yours. Having your palm towards me, bending that arm. Opening up your elbow, opening up your heart. Coming to down dog, so I'm going to do it from this length. You're going to have, hold on with both hands on the chair, and just walking back your legs as far as your arms will reach for you today. Coming to a number 7, slight bend in your knees. Taking your hips and your heels, pulling away so you really feel that stretch under your arms. Taking a slight inhale, rising up slightly, and then melting your ears in between your biceps, gazing at the floor. If you want to, sway back and forth. And then walk yourself back up. Recentering yourself. Taking 2 deep breaths here. We're going to do a star pose, one on each side. This is one of our balancing poses. So take all your weight, putting it in your left leg, slightly either taking your right toe just to the floor beside you. If it's available to you, maybe lifting it up slightly. If you do lift your leg up, slight bend to the left leg. Taking the left arm, you root down with the left foot, rising up high, pointing your toe. You can see me? Pointing your toe, having your fingertips as far away from your toes as possible. Again, slight bend to your knee, root down, rise up high, bringing your leg down, your arm up, and coming back to center. Shaking out your leg, taking a breath here, and exhale. Putting all the weight in your right leg, and just bringing your left toe out to the side. And again, you have the option here of this, leaving it on the floor if you're comfortable lifting it up slightly. If you lift it up slightly, have a slight bend to your right leg. Taking that right arm out. So you have this beautiful line between your left toes and your right fingers. So you can see me better. Again, making this active, reaching for something far away, pointing to something that's across the room. Taking a deep breath and exhale. Bringing your foot down, raising your arm up and coming down. Again, coming back to center, recentering yourself. Taking a deep breath here and exhale. I'm going to ask you to come to the front of your chair, so maybe you can rearrange it if you need to still see me. We're going to do our sun salutations with the front part of the chair, so it's going to be a little bit deeper. Let me see, make sure you can see me. So we're going to be using our chair, we're going to come up, coming up high. We're going to hinge forward so that our palms hit the seat. Bending our elbows so we can do a forward fold, maybe a slight bend to your knees. Bringing your head towards your chair. Inhale, rooting down with the palms of your hands to lengthen your arms, coming to a number 7. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, using your palms to rise up. And if it's available to you today, coming back up to mountain. And taking a breath. We're going to do that one more time. So inhale, rise your arms up high. Exhale, hinging forward, palms to the chair seat. You can also do this from behind. Bending at the elbow, bringing your head towards the chair, slight bend to your knees, lifting your hips. Inhale, root down, lengthening your arms, keeping your palms on the chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root down, and slowly putting one hand on each thigh, coming up to mountain. Coming back back to the back of your chair. Holding your hands to the chair, just coming up on your toes and back on your heels. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Again, taking a pause here. Noticing your breath. Again, if your breath is shallow, just coming from the lungs, take a deep breath from the inside of your belly. And exhale. Coming to the front of your seat. Recentering, coming to your beautiful mountain chair. If you need to take a breath, having your back against the back of the chair. And then taking a breath, bringing your back up from the back of the chair. Walking your hips up tall. Beautiful, thank you. Having your hands to your side. Inhale, rising up high. Exhale, arms to your side. Heel toeing your feet out. Taking your right forearm to your right thigh and bending over. And coming back. And a second time, reaching over and coming back. And if it's available to you today, taking that right palm to the left thigh, pushing the thigh against the palm against the thigh, and reaching over. And coming back. Bringing your hands to your thighs. Taking your right palm over and coming over. And coming back. And coming over. And coming back. Taking the left palm to the right thigh, pushing the thigh against the palm against the thigh, creating some tension there. And taking your deepest stretch of the day. And coming up tall. Having your hands on your thighs. Gliding your hands down, chin to chest, rounding your back. Gliding your hands over your thighs, over your knees, over your thighs. Opening up your heart, gazing at the ceiling, elbows back. And coming down, chin to chest, rounding your back, and coming up. Big inhale. Exhale, coming down. And inhale, coming back up. Heel toeing back. And just coming to prayer. Let's close our eyes. Again, just taking a moment to think of your favorite season. It's summer in the ocean, fall with the change of leaves, winter with the time of rest, spring with the joy of new life. God gives us variety. He gives us seasons with a beginning and with an end. Taking a deep inhale here and exhale. I'm going to ask you to take your hands to your side. And we've done this, I think, a couple times in the past recently. I'm going to ask you to take your first finger to your thumb. And you can either be in this beautiful mountain seat with your back away from the back of the chair, or if this is a time when you just want to relax and having your back relaxing, closing your eyes, softening your face. And with that your first finger touching your thumb, noticing your inhale and your exhale. And as we go through the season, as we reflect on the season that we're living through now, just think of something that's been really hard for you. And cry out to the Lord. And then taking your middle finger to your thumb, think of a beautiful blessing during this season. And give thanks to the Lord. And taking your ring finger to your thumb, again thinking of something that was hard or is still hard during this season. And cry out to the Lord. And then taking your pinky to your thumb, remembering a beautiful blessing of this season. And give thanks to the Lord. And then releasing your hands. Take your back away from the back of the chair if you've released it before. And just taking a deep inhale, rising up high. Coming to prayer, coming to heart center. Inhale, exhale into surrender, and surrender into a beautiful, comfortable seat, closing your eyes, letting your feet flip or flop where they want. I invite you to take one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. And just deepening your breath so that you can feel the expansion on your hands. And I invite you to wiggle your toes. Coming back up to your mountain seat. Bring your hands on your thighs. We're going to end a little differently. I'm going to ask you to bring your arms out like wings. And then embrace yourself. And just remembering the words of Ecclesiastics. There's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. So maybe make that hug just a little bit tighter and know that you are loved. One last deep inhale. Exhale, releasing your arms. I thank you for joining me today. Have a great week. Be kind. Be well.